What's up, Ramley? You are now in the kitchen with Chef Nixon for all your fixings for the latest and greatest about VCU men's basketball. So, we got a game against the Salle at the Salle. Let's get into it. So, this game, let's start this way. The Salle was coming to this game with a record of 5-6. Also coming on a 2-game losing streak. They seem very young and inexperienced, and they're just not one of the more talented teams in the league. I remember there was a point in time where LaSalle was still a very physical team. They kind of remind me of like a Georgia State type of team where they had a lot of transfers and guys could hoop, but playing together was kind of a hard thing for them. But they were still a very tough team. This team, I want to say, is just a little bit too young and inexperienced. I believe they have a good win on the record. But then again, it is a conference game. So VCU, on the other hand, comes in riding a 5-game win streak with the dramatic win over Dayton this past week, or earlier this week. With a buzzer beater by Ace Ballman. So we have well, actually, excuse me, this win streak actually dates back to December 15th, which seems it seems like you have more wins within that, but of course the COVID protocols held us back as well. So coming into this game, being on the South, not at the top of the conference, VCU had 2 options. They could come in and be excited about the win over Dayton and looking forward to this home stretch coming up, where they're going to have to play probably three of the top teams in the conference, almost back to back, with a sleeper game in between them. So it is something where they could overlook LaSalle, or they can just come out and handle business the way that a championship contending team would do. Lucky for VCU fans, VCU decided to do the latter. So at the beginning of the game, you could tell there was a gap within the teams as far as like talent and completeness. LaSalle from the jump really couldn't handle VCU's pressure. VCU was able to force them into like 19 turnovers. And if you're not a heavy scoring team and you struggle taking care of the ball, it's going to be a long night, especially playing a team like VCU has great half-court defense and a bunch of ball hawks. So it was. This is one of the games I expected us to win, and we came out and did it in dominant fashion. Surprisingly, we were led by Tsunami Sahones, who's looking super duper comfortable now. He's looking super duper confident. He's stepping into his shots more aggressively. It looks like he's not second guessing as much. So for this game, it wasn't a highly competitive game. It wasn't a highly competitive game, but I like to call this game like a confidence booster game. So the guys who may have been on a cold streak can get hot against a team like this. Guys that were inexperienced can get in and make some moves and build their confidence, i.e. Deloach, who also had a really good game, and I'm going to start talking about him in a little bit as well. So this was definitely a confidence booster game. It was great to see us come out there and handle business the way we should. Vince is looking these last few games. Now, mind you, Vince has been basically leading the team since the beginning of the season. but I think he's starting to hit a stride these last few games with just being impactful on both sides of the floor, making highlight plays, still getting blocks in transition by hustling back, still taking charges. He's leading the team in all significant box score stats, scoring, rebounding, assists, uh, steals, blocks, or something like that, or something like that. May not be assists, but he's up there, and it's just crazy that beginning of the season he had certain things where we had to like question his leadership, but he's really stepped his game up, and especially these last few weeks. Also, another thing I want to speak about is the offense for VCU. We all knew that the offense was going to become a little more gelled, a little more fluent once Ace Baldwin came back, and we see that it has. But some of the things that I've seen, maybe not so much in the Dayton game because that was more of a defensive battle. But in this game, for sure, I've seen a lot of like super good ball movement on the offense. A lot of drive kicks, a lot of swings, a lot of one mores. So a drive and kick, of course, is your offensive player getting into the paint, drawing defense in, kicking it out to an open shooter. Your swings is basically when you're around on the perimeter, you swing it to you pass to another teammate swings it to the next teammate. And a one more is when you get a good shot, but if you get one more pass, you're going to get a great shot. And VCU has been doing a great job of doing that as of late, and it was really on display Saturday. So it was really good. I mean, a couple times, like Vince got a shot, and then I believe Nunn got a shot. It was nice. It was some nice ball movement in and out. I can't wait till we get Levi back. But you had other guys step up, and it gets you excited about the future and what's to come for VCU. But overall, this game was this was a good win because it's a win. You know what I mean? You want to keep the momentum going. You don't want to take any step backs, and you don't want to have any losses to a team like LaSalle, which would affect you when March comes around. If we don't win the conference, we want to get an at-large bid. This is the type of loss that would affect you. So this is a good win because we won. LaSalle has a lot of work to do, and we took care of business the way that we should have. Winning by a comfortable double digits, that's a good sign just for our maturity. Sometimes immature teams have a game like LaSalle and they end up either making it too closer than it has to be because they didn't come locked in, or they end up losing and having to learn a hard lesson because of it. So let's get into some of these stat leaders. For VCU, Tsunami Sahonas led with points. He had 17 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Vince Williams, Mr. I Do Everything, had 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. Hassan Ward, and I'm going to take time to give Hassan a clap. He was active again, and he still okay. So I would say something like this. I watched the Dayton game, and I would see Hassan with his when he's not dunking the ball, he's like around the basket, maybe like five feet around the basket or something like that. He still doesn't look comfortable just going up with a jump hook or a floater. And to be honest with you, I think that I see so much potential in Hassan, so I'm probably going to be one of his bigger critics. But he needs to be comfortable with catching it because he's going to get rebounds. He's long and athletic, so he's going to be around the rim. But if he can just get that floater or that little hook shot right there, that's adding at least 4 to 5 more points to his total already, right? And and then expand off from that. But it was good to see him be active again. He had 13 points and 6 rebounds, had a tip dunk and everything, caught some alleys. But he just needs to be more effective. You know what I mean? He's too naturally gifted to not be leading us in rebounds. He's too athletically gifted to struggle within 5 feet of the basket. You know what I mean? So those type of things I think that Hassan could really get better at. But like I said, this game was a confidence booster game. So hopefully moving forward, he can get back to how he started the season off, or even last season. So I'm really excited to see what happens with that. For LaSalle, Clifton Moore chipped in 21 points and 8 rebounds. Khalil Brantley, the slow small guard, had 18 points and 2 assists. And if you ask me, most of their points are just like stat stuff of points or stats, or just empty stats, because like the game was handled from jump. I mean, yeah, it really wasn't a lot to go on with this game. It was just we showed we were the dominant team from buzzer to buzzer. So my low key player of the game is really two guys. I wanted low key to be Deloach, but because Tsunami led the way with scoring, so it's not really low key. But both of these guys are making strides right now. Like I said earlier, Tsunami is getting more confident and more comfortable at that 2 spot. He's looking and hunting his shots more. He's finding a way to find shots that are actually within the system. And like I said, I seen somebody else tweet this, but I said this earlier this week. If he continues to do this, he can have a role like a Melvin Johnson or Brandon Rozelle. Not saying he'll be on their level. He has a chance to. He still has another year, but he can step in and be that spark plug, that energy coming off the bench, that instant offense coming off the bench, and when you got a guy like that, it really fuels you. You know what I mean? Because those are the guys when things aren't going too well, you put them in a game and boom, hit a shot, and get yourself on a run. Momentum changer. So it was really good to see him continue to grow and continue to get more comfortable within the system and continue to get more comfortable with his teammates, with them trusting him to take those shots and expecting him to make those shots, which also is a confidence builder within him. Deloach is really trying to make me get rid of his nickname as of right now, which is Bambi Legs, because these last few games, I can't say he played like that, and I always even though I called him that, I knew that it was only a matter of time before he figures it out. You know, he had to get used to the speed of the game, used to the physicality of the game, used to just playing college ball. But I always saw the potential in him, and now you're really starting to see it. He had a move against Dayton, 1 or 2 dribbles to the right, spin back, left into the paint with like a slight fadeaway jumper that looked so natural that it was like, wow, if you can do that consistently, you're going to be a problem. You know what I mean? And in this game, he was really showing his physicality with like really getting in there and making his way to the basket. And like I said, I know he talked junk, so I expect him. I have high expectations for him, and I think he's going to not only be a great player but a great leader. As the years go on. So I'm excited to see that. But both of those guys are my low key player of the game. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to be making multiple appearances if we're getting that award. So my takeaway, I have 2 takeaways for this game, or really, it's really not about this game, but just moving forward. One is our team depth. We really Coach Rose, I seen somebody give Coach Rose props for recruiting, and we have 3 freshmen all playing good minutes, important minutes, which is, and they're all contributing, too. So, which is that rarely happens. That rarely happens when you get 3 freshmen. All of them are bringing something new to the or bringing something to the table immediately, and it's at least at this level, A10 level. When you go to your Dukes and your Carolinas, you may have certain guys who are like top 5 in the country, and yeah, of course. But this class here, still high recruits, but the ability to come in and get better progressively throughout the year, you got to salute those guys, and it just adds to our depth. We go like almost 10 deep, so moving forward, that's going to be important. Guys getting more minutes, guys getting more reps, guys getting more comfortable is important moving forward, because how we like to play, we want to be able to get up and down, but we have to have that depth if we want to be able to do that when it matters, when the tournament comes, conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. And like I said, we got a tough stretch coming forward. We got GW, then we got St. Bonnie's, and then we have Davidson, and then we have St. Joseph, and then we have Davidson, and then we have Richmond. So it's going to be a tough stretch. I want everybody to put their seatbelts on, put their hard hat on, and get ready, because there's going to be some battles coming up. And I'm really optimistic about it now. If you would have asked me beginning of the season, I wouldn't have been sure. You know what I mean? I've been very kind of hesitant because we struggled closing games. But with the great scheduling that we did this year, and the tough losses we took early this year, I think it really prepared us for the stretch that lies ahead. And I just want our guys to really lock in and focus on and off the court. You know what I mean? Got to take care of ourselves. Got to stay out of the way. You see how COVID dismantled the team earlier. We want to make sure we're taking all the precautions to make sure that we're not putting ourselves in harm's way, so that we can be at full strength throughout the stretch and going into the conference tournament. Like I said, I know being a college kid, there's so many different things to do. Even with COVID, I know there's so many things to do, and you don't want to feel left out. You don't want to feel shackled, but you gotta look at the big picture. I know it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have people, inviting you out, girls. Trust me, I know these girls. So just try to make smart decisions moving forward, so we can all get to enjoy watching you all play. Because what you guys are doing this season is special. The effort, the progression, the games all together have been really exciting this year. Like I said, it would be. But you guys are doing a great job, and I want you guys to keep it up. So yeah. I gotta think of a new nickname for my guy Deloge. No more Bambi legs. But with that, that's all I got for y'all. Much love. Until next time. Peace.